Hey guys, as promised, Hollywood Hills taking one step up out here at the Farm Jam, going full production. So we're very excited to be out here at Farm Jam once again. They've been running an incredible series. It's almost one of the longest running off-road championship racing series on South African shores at the moment. And we're here once again. We're just about to come out of winter and there's still a massive lineup. We're going to be picking up on the juniors and the quads in the morning session, and in the afternoon it's going to be all about the bonies. Massive numbers, huge support and a great atmosphere as always here at Farm Jam. Enjoy the show and we'll bring you all the results later on.
Yeah, no, look, these races are awesome. You know, come down, bring the family, all racing. Little ones getting the hang of it now. So yeah, it's awesome racing for family and just having fun for the day.
Georgie, a bit of I think we described 2019 as up and down for you, hey?
Yeah, up and down, eh? I don't know, the last 3 years have been going well, and this year I've just been struggling to get back on it. Been having some bad crashes.
Switching up between machines as well. You're either on a 500 thumper or a 250 smoker.
Yeah, I'm actually on the 300, and I'm missing the 500, the big 4 strokes. Getting used to the 300, engine braking is not there.
All right, guys, before we get into racing, Leon's going to give us a quick run-through of what the guys are in for here at Farm Jam. Leon, what's the track looking like today?
Oh, well, it's really looking good. The only problem is, like always, we have dust everywhere. If the guys look after themselves, they'll be fine. The start area is nice and open, and then they'll get into a nice technical section just to split up the guys a little bit, and then we're getting into the little faster stuff. It's nice and sweepy. I think the guys are going to enjoy the day.
With a huge turnout for the bikes, starts were going to be key. Pros A and B were first off. Lo, dude, I've been trying to catch up with you this whole season. Farm Jam and the second time on the track's KTM. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I just hope the wind picks up a little bit today and the dust goes away.
Always nice to hang down here as well. You look around, so many people, dude.
Yeah, this Farm Jam has a lot of people.
What are your chances of trying to hustle up? We've seen you take wins on the 125. We've seen you hustle inside the top 3 on the 250.
Yeah, I'm struggling with the 250, but hopefully today I'll take the dub.
Emvia, you've been a bit of a surprise package at the Farm Jams this year. Can you take another one?
I'm going to try to take another one, be preparing for this one, and let's have a blast.
I was trying to find out, is this a 350, 250 or a 125 track?
I think different. Sometimes 350, other times 125. Hopefully today is a 350.
For the Pro A class, it was Airtime Bierkes who took the all-important hole shot, leaving the rest to suck on his dust. Into the Tech Forest. It was going to be difficult to make those passes. He was going to run. Pro B's was all about Graham Criff. He pulled a big hole shot, with Rian Prinsloo and Lo Pretorius doing the chase down. The rest of the huge entries of the bikes set off to take on 5 laps of the 30-kilometer Farm Jam track with dust, rocks, high speed, tech and rivers to tackle on their journey. After years of running the events, the Farm Jam guys have got the hair scramble format down to a T. It's not just flat out, it's a lot of technical, man-made and rocks to challenge every aspect of riding.
In the race, I dropped the chain and I fixed it, and then the engine went, so I stopped. So I only did one lap, but yeah, it was only for me for fun.
It's a bunch of us that ride bike together. Here and there, we go to wherever just to go ride a bit of rocks, bit of motocross, bit of this, bit of that.
It's an experience on its own. We've got a good group of friends that actually come out. We come out for the weekend, stay at a lodge, and then come ride Farm Jam on the Saturday. And then, yeah, but it was awesome. Definitely the best.
The nature of Farm Jam 4 had 3 river crossings that quickly turned into some of the most challenging obstacles on the track.
You get interesting parts like rivers with a lot of rocks in it. And the rivers is also tricky, so if you don't take the right line, you're like in big trouble. And when we came in the pits, there was this rocks here. So yeah, I tried doing them and that didn't end well. So
I love rocks, but I came to taste this once with one of my friends and it just hooked me. And I'm like, the thing I like about Farm Jam is it's happy. It's not that I'm better than you and all that kind of stuff. So that's one thing I like about Farm Jam. It's like a real family type of thing.
It was a bit easier than the previous 2. The last one was a killer. So I enjoyed today a lot more. Dust, a lot of dust, a lot of sand, but the rocks and the mud in the water was lekker.
Yeah, the guys are quick. I'm new to the two-wheelers, so from the quads to the two-wheeler for me, I'm battling. But yeah, there's some quick guys, yeah.
Erhard Airtime Birkus lived up to his name as he skied off the triple combis, the feature marking the end of the pits and the beginning of another racing lap. The Viking Kobus Jonk had gotten himself into second early on, leaving a family feud for third between Mvia and Low Pretorius. Erhard's awesome hole shot and fluid riding style was seeing him disappear into the distance, away from all of his rivals. Low Pretorius was leading in the Pro Bs, staying ahead of a very strong run from Rian Prinsloo and going back and forth with brother Mvia in the battle for third overall. Low has won this event in the past on a 125. This time around, he was battling to find the running good on his 250, and Prinsloo was always there as a shadow, marking him. Bernard Besaidenote, more famous for his enduro riding, was doing a great job leading out in the 2 smokers. And back on his beloved 500, Ludwig Jansven-Furen was hammering the field in the senior class. At the flag and the first to see the checkers after 5 laps of flat-out racing, Erhard Airtime Birkus brought it home, beating Kobus the Viking Jonk to second and the battling Mvia Pretorius to third, with brother Low just behind, taking a 4th place, a mere seconds separating the older and younger brothers. The Pro A podium then giving us the fastest lap time of the day, just a smidgen over 22 minutes, putting Airtime on top ahead of Jonk, Pretorius, De La Rosa, Theron and Swanepoel. Airtime, I always talk about it's whole shot racing. You proved that today, hey?
Yeah, definitely. I knew it was going to be whole shot or nothing because the dust is incredible today.
Tell me about the laps, and you were stretching it out as well, but it looked like end of lap 2 you came into traffic. Must have been fun, eh?
Yeah, no, you had to get past as quick as possible, man, in the dust. There's no way you're going to hit, or otherwise a wire or another bike.
We've seen so many different winners on so many different bits of machinery as well. It seems like the Farm Jam track is a bit of a leveler. You're on the smoker, but we've seen big wins coming in from 350s, 450s and 500s.
No, definitely, if you've got a little bit of a top end, it helps. And the 2 smoker is not ideal because of the kill switch and stuff, so I can't keep the top end the whole way, but it's even.
Second place in the day and a rider absolutely flying in 2019, the return of the Viking.
Yeah, it was tough out there. It was a lot of dust, but congratulations to Erhard. He did well. He was flying. It was tough out there. It wasn't easy. Lap 1 was a bit easier than the others. Me and Mvia had a bit of a battle in the beginning. Luckily I came past him and yeah, it was a good day. But I just need to get the fitness up and yeah, I think next season will be a great one.
A win earlier in the season, unfortunately braking issues dropping him down, but still third was good for Mvia.
Yeah, I had to come back from falls. Didn't ride like I would have to. But yeah, the dust were too much.
When did you lose the brakes?
About the first 2 kilometers, I lost my brakes. Only front brakes.
In the Pro Bs, Lo Pretorius did an absolutely cracker of a job to hammer the field in his class by over 5 minutes. He would have wanted a better result overall, but he did a nice enough job to win out in class. Prinsloo just over 5 minutes off his back wheel with Dwayne Leslie, Graham Greuf, our hole shotter in fourth, Vian Wenzel and John-Jack Talliard running out at top 6. Lo, China, you were back and forth with your brother. You had to come through for that one, eh?
Yeah, I worked really hard, but in the end he got me. Yeah.
How fun was that though, dicing out with brother, elbow to elbow every single lap?
Yeah, it was fun, but the dust, yes, it got to me. I got tired here in the end, yeah.
For the seniors class, it was a dominating ride once again coming out of Ludwig Jans van Vuren, loving his 500 once again and hammering the nail in the senior class. Not only that, still running inside the top 8 overall. It was DJ Milan in second place, ahead of John van Beek in third. The Busman stepping off a win in the quads to rock and roll a fourth place overall in senior bikes.
You know what, Matt, I didn't have a lot of time practicing and all that, so I'm taking it as it goes, but I've got the opportunity now to start racing again and start training hard. So yeah, I like these kind of races. It's not that fast, it's got some technical bits, some rocks, some rivers, some even mix of everything. So that's what I'm good at. So I like it, and it's a bit demanding, so yeah, it's awesome racing.
For the Masters Gate, always cool to see Casper Pieterse out there. The main man behind the racing Pieterse sisters getting the win over Connie Nell, Dua Starson, Hannes Rutman and Albert Duplessis. Incredibly enough, 5 laps were completed by the main Pieterse man on top. For the ladies class, always hard to fight against the Pieterse sisters when they are out there. This time it was Annika rocking her way to a 4-lap race victory. Catherine Mostert taking a solid number 2 spot ahead of Roxy Nell. She's always on the box. Melissa Coldaro and Crizon Pretorius rounding out the top 5. Tracy Fenter top 6. In the smokers, it was Bernard Besadenhout getting the job done. So good in the tech this time around. He had the pace to run all the way to the top on the flat out stuff as well. Valdo Lagrange was his closest rival and mere seconds separating them. 3 seconds on the line between first and second. Hanno Meyer in third ahead of Joan Skippers, Ryan Webster and Nathan Gradich. The Weekend Warrior A-Class gave us one of our biggest gates. 22 of these guys going off into the dust together, but it was the big guy, Jay Pretorius, who hammered the nail and got the win ahead of Nick Wells, Andre Visser, Dean Galau, and Andre Henning inside the top 5, with Jean-Paul Lambard rounding out at top 6. 22 guys, Jay Pretorius was the main man, and he went under 1 hour 59. Weekend Warrior Pro B class gave us 25 guys going and getting the job done. Gerd Davis beating out this time on Jason Lightfoot, Mikey Pretorius, Carl Davey, and Arno LaRue inside the top 5. George Tenerero was inside the top 6 out of a 25 rider gate. A 10 rider lineup in the amateur A's gave us some good racing. It was Jannie Potgieter beating out on Peter Delport, Dennis van der Merwe, Henny Smit, and Johan Jordan inside the top 5, with Dwayne Van Briel running out the top 6. And then the amateur Bs, it was Francois Van Heerden beating out on HJ Duplessis, Christian Potgieter, Hardis Fenter, Jano Fenter, and Marius LaRue. So that was all of our 2-wheel racing action, the Bonies, from round number 4 of Farm Jam 2019. We hope you guys enjoyed the show as we get ourselves ready for next week's show, which will focus in on our junior and our quad races. Stay tuned, guys. It's going to get even more wild and dusty for show number 2 on week 2 as we review once again Farm Jam round number 4. So what did you think of that? We're pretty stoked on how that came out. I hope you guys really enjoyed it as well. It's something we've been trying to get to a position where we could actually go out and film a full production, and obviously Farm Jam were the first ones where we could actually go ahead with this. We are going to be speaking to a couple of the other tours to see if we can do that at their events as well. So obviously this week we focused in on the bikes. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. and we're going to go forward with next week into the juniors and the quads. So watch out for that. We've got a nice little gap in the calendar, which allows us to do a splitter 1 week, then the next week followed up. So we're now into spring and we're into the racing month of September. So what is on the page? Check it out. On the 7th, that's this coming Saturday, Volverkloof is going to be the charity event. This is the one that we're promoting on behalf of Casper Petersen, and hope you guys can get up there. It is all money going to charity, so you can enter either into the Enduro or the 4x4 car side, so get yourselves up there. Straight after that, we go forward into the next round of GXCCs, and these guys will be hoping and praying that the rains come early this time around. A change of venue, slight deviation on the calendar as well, obviously to try and stay away from that midwinter dust, and it was the right call as well. So on the calendar this time, Radium. Now Radium is an event that we haven't been to since GOC days, so it's very exciting to go to this one, and like I said, hopefully the rains come in. Doesn't look like it, but maybe the dirt will be good enough that it doesn't turn into a dust bowl, because that has been the main feature of the mid part of the season. So we see you guys down there. Straight after that, I'm going to be stretching my passport and going across the borders to a brand new event. Now, since Liv Lesotho and Sharon Moore picked up the deal for Roof, they have had one event on the season so far. That was the Roof Bronze Qualifier. That was months and months ago. Now we move forward into the Retro Roof. So Retro Roof is going to be bring whatever you got. It's going to be side-by-sides, quads, bikes, cars, absolutely everything of all ages as well. So there's going to be the latest factory fresh, something like 7-8 million rand car, and there's going to be Dad's old farm bucky. So I'm really excited about that. It's going to be a very different look and feel for the event. And then to keep the pace going, we end off the racing month of September with the next round of Farm Jam. So we're banging them out, and we're getting close to the end of the championship season on all of the tours. So keep posted, and we'll keep bringing you all of the incredible action here on Hollywood Hills. It's not all going to look factory like we did this week, because a lot of the tours don't have the budget for it. But where there is, we'll be bringing you moving pictures. Where there isn't, we'll stay with our tried and trusted method of obviously cobbling all together the information and the pictures. So stay tuned. Also coming up on next week's show, watch out. We've been working with John O'Horsforth and the guys from 424 Racing, and we will finally be introducing their race team for the remainder of 2019. So stay tuned for that. We're just going to sign off. Say once again, we really hope you enjoy the new racing format that we're bringing you here. Hollywood Hills in conjunction with LiveX next week. Once again, it will be the review of Farm Jam 4 for the juniors and the quads, and an introduction to the racing team 424. Cheers.